talking to somebody who's created history. This is Billie McKay, not just one-time Master Chef, but two-time Master Chef. Hi, Billie. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm really good. I think it's still sinking in, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
The fantastic thing about your journey, both times, is so many people have ups and downs. I feel you only have ups, and then the judges give you slight criticism, like your dish may go off a little bit here, but it's been such easy, smooth sailing for you.
Oh gosh, I wish I could say it felt like that. But yeah, look, I think I had a pretty good season, but there were certainly some downs as well as the ups. You never know what sort of day you're going to have in that kitchen, and the ups are absolutely fantastic, but the downs are, yeah, pretty awful sometimes. You sort of have to pull yourself back up and get back on the horse and keep going.
But I think you thrive on the slight downs that you get because then you get to go into the pressure test, which I think is your favorite part because you just excel at it. Who loves pressure tests except Billy?
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. I think people often ask what my favorite challenges were, and they were the pressure tests, which may sound crazy, but I think I guess I can say that now because I got through all of those pressure tests. But yeah, there's something about being under huge time constraints and just having that recipe in front of you as well. I loved not having to think too much about it. I just had to sort of get the job done. So yeah, very much enjoyed those.
So when you won in 2015 and you got a chance to work at the Fat Duck, I'm sure that was a dream come true for many, but you said you were intimidated by the whole process there. And then you left and you went back to your farm. And then you come back to MasterChef and everyone thinks you're an underdog because sadly she hasn't been cooking. She's just been on the farm. I think you kind of like hustled everybody there. Like they didn't know, they knew Billy was a good chef. They knew, of course, she's a good chef. But they had no idea that she's going to take such a long break and come back and win it.
Yeah, yeah, super strange. I mean, I spent a bit under a year at the Fat Duck, and even I didn't think that having that experience would help me going back into MasterChef, but I think it did. I think I learned a lot while I was at the Fat Duck, and not only about food, but just about, getting up every day and doing the job at hand. And I think I approached MasterChef like that. Yeah, I looked at it like a job, I guess, and wanted to do my absolute best. So yeah, that's what I tried to do.
What were your favorite dishes out of everything that you made? I still remember your cauliflower dish from season 7,
Mhm.
the steamed
Yeah,
beef. That was
yeah.
incredible. Uh,
Mhm.
what have been your favorites in through both seasons?
Yeah, in fact, that was probably one of my favorites as well, that cauliflower dish. And I almost brought that back and did a second version of it because I did really love that dish, and I love that style of cooking as well, where you use the entire part of the vegetable. Um, but I think this time around, I really loved doing desserts. I surprised myself a bit there, but I think I realized I could do desserts in a quick time frame. And yeah, I guess not having Reynolds, the dessert king, there as well really helped me with my confidence a bit. I could sort of go down that avenue and not worry too much about it. So cooking desserts with different flavors was
Yeah.
my favorite thing to
I'm
do.
gonna try your lamington with the coconut snow and those
Mm,
coconut bits. Those look really nice, right? I feel like you used to
yeah.
learn snow, and then I was like checking what is snow in desserts and how do you make it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the snow, you need liquid nitrogen unless you want to
Oh.
freeze it for, a long time, a few days in a normal freezer. But having that liquid nitrogen on hand was so handy. All I had to do was mix some coconut cream and gelatin, a bit of vanilla, a bit of sugar, a bit of lemon juice, and you pour that into a bowl of liquid nitrogen, and it sort of turns into little pebbles, and then you blitz that up in a blender and it turns into this lovely snow mixture. So it sort of melts as soon as you put it in your mouth, but it's really, really cold. So it's a really nice sensation.
I should just stopped you when you said liquid nitrogen. Like nobody cooking at home is gonna be like, I'm gonna make snow. I'm gonna buy liquid nitrogen.
I know. See, well, that's the best thing about the MasterChef kitchen. You have access to all of these amazing, you know, chemicals and equipment and ingredients as well. So it's probably the only place you can do it in.
You know, now with the whole boom of Instagram, right? Like it was big in 2015, but now it's like I don't even know. It's the biggest menu on the planet with
Yeah.
constantly posting. How do you think that has changed? Do you do you feel pressure to make your dishes look extra pretty? I know you work, you know, you work at a farm, you work at a dairy farm. I'm sure you prefer your plate of food to be hearty and well filled rather than just to look pretty as its primary or one of its primary functions.
Yeah, look, I think most of my home cooking and all of that sort of thing is very much hearty, sort of rustic looking food, but there is something about making it look really pretty that's really satisfying. And I think going back into MasterChef, I knew that I'd have that sort of creative space to do that. And yeah, it's something that I really enjoy. So, and of course the judges love it when it looks really pretty too. So yeah, being able to do that again was really special.
You know, I did read that you know, when the food looks appetizing, it apparently tastes appetizing, more appetizing. I mean, better as well because your brain sort of plays tricks on you. So I think it is a rather essential part of the food, and I have to agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, especially in that kitchen, and of course in restaurants too. You want it to look as good as it tastes, I think.
You know, and I also want to talk about this other drama point. You when the first time you really aced that Heston's challenge, you got a 9. We all remember that moment. Then you got a job at the Fat Duck. Then you left it, and then I feel like Heston came back again. I felt like there was going to be some drama and there was going to be all of that, but there was none of that. And you didn't let that kind of you know, throw you off track as well. You just went ahead and again excelled, but couldn't have been easy for sure.
Yeah, look, I would be lying if I said I wasn't terrified when he walked in. Not because I worked there, but because I know what sort of food he is capable of, and usually he's there for a grand final pressure test, and you know it's going to be a really, really tough dish. But at the same time, I think if it had been any chef that had have walked through, I still would have felt terrified because the grand final pressure test has to be the hardest of the lot, right? So you know, you expect it's going to be really, really difficult. So yeah, I just pulled my socks up and thought, oh, I've got to do this. So I'll just get stuck in and not think about it being Heston.
You know, right from the beginning, the judges were rooting for you because I remember I'd spoken to Andy at the beginning of Fans and Favorites and asked him who's your favorite. He said, oh, you know, we have Billie McKay. I said, but she's everyone's favorite. That's not fair. I said, that's such a safe choice. I remember telling him that. I said, that's not, you can't pick Billie. That's like cheating, you know. It's like the safe choice. You know, pick somebody like you think who can't win. But he was right, of course. I think like he knew right from the beginning. But do you think the judges kind of threw you some curveballs anywhere? Or did you think they were like, all right, just level playing field for everyone? We know Billie is like a great chef, but does mean we're going to make it extra hard for her.
Yeah, look, I think the challenges, they felt harder this time around. I think they probably had to make them a little bit harder, or maybe I just found them harder because I hadn't cooked in a while. So I'm not sure which one it was, but I think to create a level playing field, they had to make them just a little bit harder so that, you know, it was equal and everyone was sort of doing the same challenge.
Well, I also have to mention about, of course, how incredibly pretty you are. And there's so many people who call us doppelgangers. They're like, she, you know, Billie McKay has this doppelganger and this person. I'm sure you get that a lot, right?
Yeah, a few people have sent photos of various people that I look like. So I just must have a familiar face to some
No,
people.
a very gorgeous face is what I mean. Who are the people they say? I know somebody who said Billie Eilish. I saw somebody who said somebody from Dexter. Have you got?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
Really?
No, I didn't hear that one, but wow. Yeah, I'm very flattered. Very flattered.
So after this, I know you had an idyllic life at the farm. I hear you're going to open a restaurant after this. Is that going to be at the farm as well? You're going to combine your two loves?
I think eventually I'd love to do something on the farm, but to start with, I think I'll just do something smaller in the sort of the town centre where I live, and see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'd love to incorporate the farm life, maybe a bit of a farm stay with a restaurant as well. I'd love to do that because it is so beautiful here.
Okay, I know you make a lot of cheese, and I was looking that up.
Mhm.
You have to pick a favorite cheese.
Oh gosh, I think the smellier the better when it comes to cheese. I really like the
Really?
washed rind cheeses that, you know, they have that red hue on the outside and they really smell, but they actually taste nothing like they smell. So just have to be brave and take the step and taste it. And yeah, they're absolutely my favorites.
Smoked cheese, yes or no?
Yes. Yes, loved smoked cheese.
Cheddar on pasta, yes or no?
Oh, it's not very traditional on pasta, is it? But look, if that's all I've got in the fridge at the time, then I would not judge.
Feta on a sandwich.
Oh, wow. Can't say I've ever had that, but I'd be open to trying it.
It would be an open sandwich, of course.
Oh, sure. Yes, an open sandwich. Yes, that makes more sense.
It was so much fun talking to you, Billie. I have no time to ask you for recipes. We'll talk to you online for that. It's so much fun to talk to you. Absolutely lovely. And see you in the next season of MasterChef, whenever that
Oh
is.
my gosh, yes, we'll see. We'll see if they ask me back. I'm not
Best of
sure,
the
but
best.
thank you. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, thank you so
Excellent.
much. It was
Thank
lovely
you,
talking
Billie.
to you.
Lovely to talk to you. Bye.
Bye.